Hi guys, it's Stephanie. Welcome to Stephanie's Journey. For those of you here for the very first time, welcome. And for those of you returning, welcome back. Today I am going to plant out some of my onions. I have some red ones and some yellow and some white. I'm not going to plant them all out. Just going to start some. And let me show you what I have here. Today is cold. Got down to 29. Hopefully it's our last freeze. But it's warming up. I think it's 42 now, so I'm going to come out this coat in a minute. I'm quite sure. But let's show you what I have. Okay, I have some onions here. They are got it upside down. But we have some Texas Early and some candy onions. These are both short day, so they're yellow. I think both of these may be yellow, but one may be white. You can sometimes tell by the bottom. Oop, ain't got y'all in it. You can sometimes tell by the bottom down there if it's yellow or if it's white. But I know the Texas Early are yellow. Not for sure about the candy onions, but we have enough of them to start. I still have some that overwintered from last year that didn't get big. And then we have the red ones, which are my favorite. Just got red onions. I forget which one they are. But I have a bunch of them in here that we need to thin out and get some of them planted up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use some blood meal because onions need nitrogen. And we're going to use some worm casting in the holes. Not quite sure. I think I'm going to plant them down there in my little beds down there. I do have a bunch of empty space, but I think I'm going to put my tomatoes back here with my leeks and these two. And I think I'm going to put my okra there. Maybe there last year. Did pretty good. So I think I'm going to put it there. I just don't want to put them on the ends because I'm an HOA and not supposed to have a garden. So yeah, there's that. So I got to keep the tall stuff in the middle gardens, middle beds. But this bed has some onions as well from last year. And probably not going to do much, but I'm going to leave them in there. Then my Swiss chard. And those are my greens that's going to seed. Here I put some compost in there, some food scraps, a bunch of organic mushrooms, which does the garden well. This bed is where my okra was last year, so I want to make sure it gets good nutrients. Those back there are some not okra, some garlic, I believe, that I just stuck in there after the frost ate the other one. So those came up, but I think they're small bulbs, but it was multiple ones. So I'm going to separate those. I saw Faith Family Homestead do that. Didn't know you could do that. So once they get a little bit bigger, I'm going to separate them individually and then we'll see what they do. They'll probably be really small bulbs, but they'll still eat all the same, even though they're small. Don't have to be big. Everything in the world's not big. And these look pretty good, so they might do something. I don't know. If not, I'll have the green tops. But anywho, let me get you something to sit you guys on, and then we can start planting our onions out. Okay, guys. Got my bud meat. I'm going to put in this bed, I'm going to put a large zucchini probably. I'm going to build a box to go around it so that it can keep out those vine borers. But I think I bought the stuff to do it, so I think I'm gonna do it. And I bought something to build a little fence for, not a fence, but to put up some cattle panel or something the likes of cattle panel. Where's my gloves? Because I don't like touching this stuff. I prefer to use gloves, so I'm gonna get my gloves. I don't know what's in any of this stuff. I did plant some radishes and some turnips across each one of those ends. So I'm going to plant them this way. And I have those bok choys here, but they're going to sprout soon. So we're not going to worry about that. What we're going to do is just put some blood meal in here in the bed. I need to get some more blood meal. I'll go down the hill and get some. To the Starbucks and get some stuff from down there because they give it to you. But for now, we're going to put this in this bed. I didn't have anything in here all winter. So make sure I close it back up because we don't want no water or anything to get in there. Let's move these to the back before I kill myself. And we're just going to work this in on the top of the soil. Yeah, I got some volunteer potato sticks coming up from my bed beside this one. That was my potato bed last year. And I thought they would die off last night because it got cold. One of them looks bad, but the other ones were covered up by the collards and the bok choy. So it's fine. So I get some potatoes from that. Alright, so I'm going to put a little trench here. This soil is good. It is good and dark, which lets you know that it's pretty decent soil. These are my first two beds that I ever had, so they're on their 4th year. And I've used only organic stuff. I think I'm going to put 2 rows of onions on each side and then just put the one zucchini squash in here, and I'm going to grow it up. And I'm going to put some, I think some peas at the back. So, snow peas. I don't eat peas. So, let's take the gloves off. Let's get some of these red ones that's kind of bunched together. I think that will be better. I forget how far you plant onions apart. I'm not looking it up. But onions break apart very easily. Let me zoom y'all in. Y'all don't need to see me in case somebody learning. Alright. So when you take them out the dirt. Let's see, I can sit down. Falling backwards. You take them out the dirt, you can just twist them and they come apart very easily. So they have a little bulb part. You can see it's white and then it gets darker. You don't want to plant them too far down. Just I like to use a little stick to dig a little trench to put the roots in. Because what's important with onions is the roots. I want to plant them. I want them to get big, so you want to do them far enough apart where I would say about 4 inches, about as long as your middle finger, so that they have enough space to bulb up. If you put them too low in the ground, they're not going to bulb up. And that's what you don't want. My ground is moist because it's rained, I think twice this week. Well, it's just Tuesday. So, not twice this week, but in the past 7 days. I can't sit like that. I'm gonna fall. I'm going back. These beds are at a slant. I got a lot of onions. I planted a lot because I eat a lot of onions. Onions and garlic I put in everything. I prefer it fresh, and I use powder too. I would like to make my own powder. And I also would say when you're doing onions, I like to stagger stuff, meaning that the next row, they're not all in line, they're like brick layer. But you do whatever works best for you in your garden. You don't have to do what nobody else does. Alright, still want about 4 inches in between each row as well. And then, like I said, stagger, so I want this one in between these two. And you don't have to do that, but that's just my preference. No rhyme or reason. Got a grub? No. Found grubs in this bed. That's why I didn't put nothing in it in the wintertime. Because it had grubs. And I got them out. As many as I could find. These roots not as long as I thought they would be. I thought they would be much longer. But that's okay. And I'm going to succession plant. Somehow I done got off now to even. But what else? I want to succession plant onions so I can have them year round. And some into the winter. Red onions don't store well. And some may not make it. So we need to have extra in the event that some do not make it. Because they all may not survive. They may, and we'll be very blessed and thankful, but they may not. Alright. So y'all still taping? Let's see. Yep, we 928. My lucky number. Okay, y'all probably couldn't see me while I was doing the other stuff, but I got it. Let me move this. About 1,000 worms under here. I just see one. So, anywho, and I almost got all these done, and y'all wasn't even in frame because I forgot I had zoomed in. But anywho, I'm getting them planted. I might speed this up anyway. After the first little bit, then I'm gonna take y'all around and show y'all what's in the garden. What's growing, what's not. Alright, we got a few left. I'm going up a little bit from this rosemary that's probably gonna take off. And I grew this rosemary. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I grew it from a piece of rosemary that I bought. You know how you buy that little package with the rosemary thyme and something for Thanksgiving? Yep. Just stuck a piece of it in the ground. And here we are. because I cannot grow it from seed. So I have to get it the best way I can. And I want to put these onions in here with my squash to deter the bugs. They don't like the smell of it. Rosemary, onions, garlic. So that is my objective this year. Don't know how well it's going to work, but let's let y'all see. Got y'all on my weed digger. But anywho, those are the onions planted out. Like I said, I got, what is that, radish? Yeah, I got radish along that end. And then I have those. Once the radishes come up and I pull them, then I plant more onions. But that is the rosemary I was talking about and the bok choy. And then 2 rows here of onions. So that is it. Didn't plant much of them. Still got a few more to go. Just got to figure out where I'm going to put them. They're going to be everywhere. I got a whole new green stock to fill up with soil. Those there are chives from last year. They never came up. Then they just popped up. So there you have it. I have some chives, but they only popped up on one side of the pot, which is so freaking weird, because the whole pot was full of them. But yeah, that is it for my onion planting. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for stopping by my channel, and I look forward to seeing you all in my very next video. Bye bye.